we've looked over the videos and we've decided that we'll meet Clark in person.
Can you believe it's finally coming to this? We're hopeful, but we're apprehensive.
So who's the first one on our list?
Clark Brooks, he's in real estate.
Okay.
And he's the one, he has a 4-year-old daughter. So that's going to be interesting.
A lot of questions.
Yeah. We're the interviewers for Courtney. We'll only be able to scratch the surface, but so hopefully by the questions that we do ask, we can learn enough to make a good decision. Hey, he's in the suit and tie.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I guess we'll stand up.
I think so.
How's it going?
Hello, Clark.
How are you?
Good, thanks. I'm Tim.
Tim, nice to meet you.
Clark and Mary.
Mary, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you,
All right.
too. We really appreciate the way that you're dressed.
Oh, great.
Take that off right now because
I know.
yeah, it's gonna you will roast.
You will melt.
The first impression, especially if it's a negative first impression, it's a huge obstacle to surmount. Once you have a bad impression, you're taken aback and you don't want really maybe even to know anymore. But a good first impression certainly is, it continues to you can continue to evaluate, but a bad first impression is really hard to overcome.
That's the truth.
Since we have such a short time and we go from total strangers to, hey, will you marry my daughter? So we're gonna ask you some questions that obviously we would never ask a stranger.
Sure. The fact that they prepared for the meeting is a good sign. They're actually genuinely concerned about who their daughter is going to marry. They're just not doing things on the fly. They did their research. They're gonna ask in-depth questions, which is gonna allow them to determine who would be the best fit. That's a good sign.
So a big question we had obviously was, you have a daughter?
I do, yeah.
Tell us about her.
She's 4. Her name is Raquel. And we have a really good relationship.
Were you married to the mom?
No,
Just a
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Yeah, but we were not right for each other.
Oh.
So,
How do you feel about the whole bringing a woman in, a stepmom, that you weren't able to sort of slowly introduce and get to know?
in the event I bring your daughter in and I introduce her to Raquel, I'm not gonna say this is mom. I mean, that's not right. Just slowly introduce her to the idea. She and I are together now, live together, and just, yeah, slowly introduce her that way.
Since over the last 4 years in dating situations, have you come close to having any relationship that you would start thinking about that?
I just kind of dated and got in relationships just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Kind of, but my compass is a little off, shall we say? So I'm pretty good.
Explain that.
When it comes to beautiful women, it just turns off my logic and any statistics about them, and I just kind of date them because it's just kind of convenient. But it doesn't work out very well.
Do you have any things that you'd like to ask us?
A million.
Okay.
Million.
Okay, I'm gonna fire
Start
off.
over. Go ahead.
Okay, what's her name?
Courtney,
Okay, how old is she?
36.
Where she live?
In
Hollywood.
Okay. What's her dating experience has been like?
She's had some boyfriends, but no real long-term relationships.
Not really.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any children.
Yeah.
She's very independent.
That's number 1 on my
Cheers.
list.
Yeah.
Can she take care of herself and solve her own problems? It sounds like Courtney would be a good wife because she's independent, she can take care of herself and just take care of, business and a household, because I can do the same thing.
Well, I can't think of anything right off
You
the
got
top.
anything else for us?
I don't think so.
Alrighty.
Yeah?
Well,
Cool.
it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks. All right, just stand up. I would like to be married to Courtney. I love everything they said about her. I'm ready.
Seemed like a nice guy.
Smart.
Awkward situation as it is. I think he
Right.
did a good job.
There are various issues, but the number one thing is his daughter.
I think the biggest problem that we have with Clark is that he has a child, and with a child comes complications. And I've seen that really get in the way of people's marriages. And sometimes it's great, and sometimes it isn't. And you don't know.
We'll have to really give that some thought.
Yeah, because that's a huge, huge obstacle.
I think would be a very hard answer to say if Clark is the one, because we haven't met the others.
We're not going to make that judgment until we
Meet James as well.
I'm ready. Done.
Yep.
Next.